Good morning all, here we are again. It just doesn't stop. Today we're doing I think it's gonna probably be a 2-day remediation, but we're scheduled for 3. The access is very tight. There were some elevated PID readings when we did the tank removal back in, I think it was the 3rd week of September. I have the video. I don't know what it's titled, but I know the date is September 22nd on it because I just went back into it to see for access, to see if I could get my 80 in there. So failed inspection. Allstate was the carrier, so we know the deal with Allstate. They're excluded. They wrote the bulk of their pollution exclusions from 2003 to 2006. So if our attempt to get it covered is to take a soil analysis and run an age date on it. That determines the age of the oil in the soil, plus or minus 2 years. Then you get those results and you submit it to the third-party consultant, who is a good guy. He's fair, but it's the letter of the law. You know, it is what it is. And the age date needed to come back 19 years. Came back 16. So, you know, there's not even a partial payment on that. He's just denied. So that took about 2 months for it to happen. So we've waited because the homeowner has to now pay. So I gave them a set price on it. It's one of the higher ones we have this year. I think I've done 4 this year. They were all under 7,000. I think I estimated this one slightly over 10 for 3 days, 20 tons. My access is bad, but I also gave the option. I give them 2 options. I give a per tonnage or a time and material. So I bill them out at 1 price per ton, and there would be the number. And then I bill them out on a time and material, which is ever lower of the 2. That's what I have the homeowner responsible for. If I can't give them an exact number, I'll do that. So just still try to help them out. I'll still make money, but I don't, you know, it's not a get rich quick program. And they're very nice people, and you know, we're dipping into their retirement, which I don't really like to do. So that's what we're doing. I looked at the video. It's gonna be really tight with the 80, but I'm still gonna bring it to try it. What a week this has been. Quite a bit of adversity we've dealt with, but you know, adversity doesn't build character, it reveals it. So we take stuff right on the chin, make it seem as if it didn't affect us, and we move on. Everybody's just showing up now. We're gonna load up our equipment and do the same thing we always do. So you'll see us out at the site. It's nice and local, Warwick. And we'll see you there. Okay, we've arrived at our destination. My hometown, Warwick here. This is the guy we did. Really nice people. I'm gonna set out all those metal plates here. And this is our access in. I try not to damage that, but now I'm coming over it with a 20,000-pound excavator. Take the fencing off here. Remove that icy crust. Just gonna try to get this done in 15 tons. I'm gonna dig out 10, take some PID readings. These guys are paying for it. I don't want it to be a lot. So I'm gonna get these samples to just pass and get out of here. Move on to the next. All right, so Craig is dropping off the trailer because we can't leave it here overnight. Hey, nice and slow. Corey's backing this in now. I'm going to put about 4 to 5 tons in this one. And then I'll get 8 or 9 in Big Red. Stuff is a little slippery. I don't want to slide into the house. I'm going to salt this good overnight, just in case. The very old driveway has had a bunch of caps on it. That's good. That'll work. Okay, we're doing a $100 challenge now, a little bit different. We're going to do the combination of weight on both of these trucks. So we have the girls on the phone right now, and we have Aubrey Rose. Are you in the store?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so Craig is going to show you. This is the first truck. We're doing both trucks. It doesn't get old. This is so exciting. We're gonna do a combination of this and Big Red. Everybody got their number? All right, so send me your text. Tell them to send me their text.
Why are we gonna send a text when we're doing both trucks at the same time?
Well, because you're sending me the text of this one now.
Okay.
Or if you want to wait and do it in your own head, you can do that. You can do that. It's your call. You have your personal, but I don't want people to... it would only be me if I were to say anything. So, play along at home, folks. How many tons is this one? It's a little bit wet. We did put chunks of ice in. That wasn't one swipe, Craig, and that's an easy one. You see that? Fix it, Frank? All right. So Big Red's probably got about 4 tons in it right now. So we're going to take a reading of where we're at with that. It still smells pretty bad. So Craig will grab that sample. And he'll take it over to the truck and get a PID reading on that. By the way, he just took that over to the truck to get a PID reading. I say 348. Get her over there. I'm up here on the bucket. I'm gonna break my neck. I already did that. All right, you ready? You good? You need it again? Okay, folks, we're done here for today. We'll find out the tonnage. I think there's about 14 tons in there. There are two areas over. I just don't want this thing to slide overnight. I know we're getting a lot of precipitation here and it's going to freeze up. A little scary. And that line that ran and was obviously you could see it, we buried that. I actually insulated it and then I buried it. So my bottom was at, I think it was the low 20s. I have it written down. My side walls were a little elevated there, but I don't need to go there to get that. It started to come out here a little bit, but then it died right off, and then the bottom was below 10. So it's kind of weird, the trail that it took, but that's all that it is. So that's all that I dig. Put up some safety fence, and we will be back here tomorrow to backfill. The boys are still on their way to Carteret, but I'll let you know in the morning who won the challenge. Good morning, folks. Oh man, what a day to be alive. Another day. We were supposed to get words like winter blast and, you know, red alert, scary, stay inside, shut down. I don't know what the theory is on these weathermen. Does panic make you tune into them more? I don't know. I'd like a news station where all you hear is good news. Every story is a happy story. All good news, no shootings, no murders. He's like a bolt of lightning when I see him. You just get energized. That's our jammer. So, and again, here's the weather. So, everybody was supposed to stay in today. It was something I wanted to show you. We're finishing up those nice folks in Warwick with their remediation. Came in under, again, of what it was supposed to be. But I just wanted to give you an idea. Morning, guys. Corey, how you feeling?
Great.
Everybody's concerned about you. He's doing well.
Good.
All right. He thinks that looks good. That looks like there's a dead piece of meat glued inside his head. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but I just wanted to explain about, I may die of carbon monoxide back here. Craig, when we first started this, you know, I started this company probably a year to 2 years before Craig graduated. This was the first machine I bought. So for, I'm going to say at least 8 years, this was the machine that Craig took out on a job with one other person to do a removal and an install in the dead of winter. There's no cab. There's no thumb on that bucket. So I would send him down to Jersey City, New Jersey, where it's like Manhattan. Public parking everywhere. You'd put up no parking signs and people would still park. He'd have to double park. He'd have to saw an area of the sidewalk, and we didn't even have a demo saw back there. He would jackhammer it and try to make it look good and complete a job. And you know, that was back then. My laborers, it was a rotating door. They would come in, they'd work, they wouldn't show up, they'd get fired. It was just a process. And that's what I sent him down there with in that. I couldn't imagine doing a job nowadays. And when we needed product to be delivered, he would have to look around for a local quarry and get a company to come and deliver it for him. So he would have to deal with people not showing up, coming late. He did that. I'm gonna go ask him, but for 8 years. So, and you saw in the last video, the dude hasn't missed a day. You're only gonna get that with family. And you know, that's all I have here in this company. So just got a little emotional right there. Sam, where's Craig? Let's just get his point of view on that. Because I think I almost fell. I think he may have needed some therapy. Craig, I was just explaining to the folks about your first, how many years was it? 8 years that you used that 331?
I would say till 2015.
10
16.
years? It's 11 years.
Probably.
What was one of your worst stories or jobs?
I've had to, in the rain, I used to take plastic, cut a hole in it, and zip tie it as like a poncho.
Working in the winter down in Jersey City?
Yeah, terrible. Hitting water lines unmarked. That was good.
Wow.
30 feet in the air. Cold.
Is that child abuse? Should I find him someone to talk to? You think it's affected him? You're good. Say hi to your kids. Okay. So, I don't know. I think what we're doing is kind of boring right now. We're just going to backfill today. But again, these are the days that I like, because I like saving people money. I make a little money. Don't get me wrong. Okay folks, so I've been trying to think of a way on how to get you guys involved in what we do. Here's what I'm going to do based on last couple of video ago that screw up, but I've posted publicly how I screwed that up. Only one guy called me out on it though. So this is what I'm going to do. Throughout the video, at some point in time in the video, I'm going to put the challenge out to you. The first person that gives the correct answer in my comment, first person, is the winner. You'll get a hoodie, white, gray, black. If you are that first person, everyone will know who won. All you got to do is call my office in the morning. You'll speak to Casey or Krista, give them your address, and we'll mail you one. Let's see how this works. So basically now every video I'll be giving out a hoodie. So these things, I think they're $25 for me to make. I did 100 videos last year. That's $2,500 a year, not counting shipping, that I'm gonna to give you guys. How about grab me a subscriber if you want to give back? Just trying to get to 1,000. I'll never bring it up again. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if everybody was paying attention here, but maybe I'm going to ask you to count the scoops or the buckets of concrete crush, or maybe the topsoil, the number of buckets. I don't know. You're going to have to watch the whole video though. God, is this fun. Little issue in the middle of doing the buckets. I don't know how many we were at, but we ran out of fuel. And these things, I don't know if you're familiar with them, once you get an air pocket in it, it's a nightmare to get this thing back going again. Just a nightmare. Right, Craig?
Yes.
What'd I say? I said how it was a nightmare when an air pocket gets in these things. That's a well-maintained vehicle right there. Does that tell you how the rest of this stuff looks? I don't think he's used something in the back of that. Oh, maybe 7 months. Hey, Craigie? Incorrect. Okay. The father-son banter thing. So we're fueling up, gonna load up, and we'll head on out there. Gotta pay attention to these videos. What is the name of that excavator?
Watch my head, bro.
Oh, you're right on it. You're right on his cut.
I need a light. I don't have a light. I need a light.
Oh my God. Look, this doesn't even make sense, Mama. Oh, I heard that. I heard a popping. Well, that was scary. I just heard a pop in the back here.
Check it.
See if the door works now. No,
There was a second breaker off. Should I turn it back off?
Dude, there was this popping in the back. Like there was some kind of short. Well, let's leave it alone right now. Let's go to work. You know, this is it. Adversity. So what? So what? There's $85,000 worth of tanks and copper and fittings. Just self-serve today. Just come on in. Get what you need. Brian's Plumbing Supply. But we move on. We get the job done.
Just kidding.
You got to use your transmission with these things. So we made it. We've got a little bit of shoveling to do. This truck's 26,000 pounds backing in. I don't want to slide it into the house. So it's getting colder, so this stuff's starting to accumulate more. The girls all complained about how they almost had an accident this morning. So we want to get them off the road. Who's going to be first man down? Mike? All right, I'm gonna extend my bucket and have it right behind you just in case it starts to break free. But Mike, ridiculous. Okay, yeah, just keep your foot on the brake. Don't let it off and pump it. Well, let me start the machine, Craig. It's gonna be a good one today. So that's that. I just keep falling. We're just gonna come in with the soil now. Just a mess. Probably would have been a good day to take off today, but we'll get it done. Craig's coming in now with Big Red. Great. This one's not four-wheel drive. It's the heaviest, and it's got the topsoil in it, so this may be entertaining to watch.
Mike.
Okay folks, we are finished here. Homeowner's extremely happy. 2-day remediation. Came in a little bit under than what I said it would be. Really tight access here. I'm not sure how it's showing on the video, but it's all compacted obviously with that. Okay folks, we are finishing up here today. A little sketchy day, probably shouldn't have come out today. Things got slippery. So here is the driveway. It's completely undamaged, which I'm happy about. I thought that edge was gonna fall away, but it didn't. This will clean up better with a couple of rainstorms. And that's it. All things considered, I think it turned out fairly well. Homeowners are happy. I actually came in under the price that I quoted or estimated it would be. I came in a day under that also. We're packing up, cleaning up. Everything's still a mess here. But absolutely, I appreciate everybody reaching out, watching us. But with regards to where the homeowners challenge will go, or I'll call you the subscribers, or the Tankmaster militia, that's what it is. In the video, I showed an excavator, and I said, what was the name of the video? The first person that comments the name gets a hoodie of your color. That's another fine job by Tankmasters Environmental.